Lesson 256, A Course in Miracles. I did a short of this, but I want to elaborate on it because it's really capturing where we are right now. And so I want to talk about that a little bit. God is the only goal I have today. The way to God is through forgiveness here. Maybe you feel that like I felt that. I felt that yesterday and I felt that today. We are in the Gemini full moon energy, the last full moon of the year. And so we're really letting go of, we're fully integrating and alchemizing the lessons. And some of us are doing that of our whole life lessons and really entering into a new life, a rebirth. And we have a choice. This is a choice point. And your choice is really between love and fear. And if you're choosing love, if you're choosing God, your highest self, spirit, however you call that energy that is everything and that connects us all, if you're choosing God, then you're choosing forgiveness. And I really felt that last night and this morning. And I felt what was holding me back from forgiveness was a fear that I was going to lose people that I was closest to, that I care for, and that they were going to choose fear instead of love. And so I was fighting really hard for them. And last night I realized I didn't have control over that. All I had control was the love. All I had control over was the love that I was putting out and the energy that I was putting out and the perspective that I was putting out. And today I was called to call somebody that I needed to forgive. And it's been a process, forgiveness. It's been a process of getting angry that they weren't who I wanted them to be. That they didn't know themselves well enough to be honest with me. That I didn't know myself well enough to be honest with them. And that it didn't work out the way that I wanted it to. And I felt this urge to call them, and I called them and I thanked them for our life together and how much love we shared. And I said to them that I am sorry that at times I did get angry. And I just wanted them to know that I loved them and I will always love them. And I was sad that it didn't work out the way that we had both wanted it to. And that I wanted them to be happy. And I meant that. And I also said, and there's going to be times that we're going to get angry and annoyed with each other. I can really own that I'm going to get angry and annoyed with you. Yes, I am. And I still feel like this. And I still know that I needed to do this. I needed to move on and let you go. And that you need to move. Well, you can do whatever you want, but it felt like I needed to do that. I needed to close that chapter and honor that chapter and really wish that person well. And be honest with myself about the whole situation. And that is what I felt was forgiveness and the act that I needed to take to forgive. What actions might you need to take to forgive and to choose God and to choose love and to choose your highest self? Because essentially you're choosing love for yourself in forgiveness. And what's in the way if you're not able to do that? Last night, I really realized what was in the way. And it was fear that I was going to lose people that I was really, I'm going to just say that I was forgiving my ex-husband And my fear was that I was going to lose my children, that they would choose to live in fear and control rather than love and peace. And that may happen. I don't have control over that. So maybe there's a fear getting in your way. You can just ask, what is the fear getting in my way? And how can I see this differently? So I'm going to go back to the reading. The way to God is through forgiveness here. There is no other way. If sin had not been cherished by the mind, essentially blame, what need would there have been to find the way to where you are? So it's also talking about how we entered this world through the idea of sin and doing wrong, making mistakes, getting punished, feeling bad about ourselves. That's most of our stories, right? Those are the stories that we adopted when we came to this world, to the earth. But those are the ways that we found our ways back to love and wholeness. Who would still be uncertain? Who could be unsure of who they are? And who would yet remain asleep in heavy clouds of doubt about the holiness of them whom God created sinless? So some of us may still be exploring that. May still be realizing who you are. Here we can but dream. But we can dream we have forgiven them in whom all sin remains impossible. And it is this we choose to dream today. My ex-husband was my teacher. He taught me how to love myself, how to value myself. And he taught me how to choose myself even when it meant hurting other people, because I didn't choose them anymore. So at first they were hurt, but they're also now learning to value themselves. There was a higher truth there, and there was a higher good. It may have only been their ego that I was hurting. God is our goal. That's wholeness. God is wholeness. God is our connection to everything. God is everything. Forgiveness is the means by which our minds return to God at last. It's recognizing ourself in the other and being able to love that and seeing the higher truth of how it served you. How did the person that you need to forgive serve you? And so, our Father, Mother, would we come to you in your appointed way. You're recognizing that you don't have control. Over how you return to God, over how you return to wholeness. We have no goal except to hear your voice and find the way your sacred word has pointed out to us. And we only know one step at a time by being in the present moment. Amen. And so it is, and so you remember.